Hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. On today's episode, we're talking to a great friend who just started his own podcast, so we're excited to have him on. I would push a button, but we're on your board, so
hey, push away, bro. See what happens.
This is the Dudes in Christ.
Nice.
I like that.
I know, right? We've been wanting to change ours up, but I haven't got it plugged in yet, so
Hey,
it's still the same old.
right. Hey, you always got season 2.
Yeah,
Play
that's
with
true.
it.
Very true. So how you doing, babe?
I'm good.
I wanted to start off today. One thing is kind of why Jeremiah's not here, and we want to tell everybody to be in prayer for him. He lost a family member, which I won't go into depth or detail of it, but Jeremiah, if you're listening, man, we love you, and there's nothing that we could say, but we're here for you, man. So if you need anything, we're just a phone call away. But for all our listeners, please just keep them in your prayers and send them a shout out on Facebook or something. Let them know we're thinking about them. But show must go on, I guess. I miss them.
I haven't done this in a while.
I know, right?
I was wanting to meet him.
I
see him on Facebook and I hear his voice all the time, but I was wanting to dap him up.
Man, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, it's like you want to call him, but you don't want to bug him, and you don't know what to say. It's just, man, it's rough, man. But I'm there with you, bud. Love you. But yeah, on here we have to my right, my beautiful wife, trying to match me today.
Whatever.
Don't be mad. Like, she came in and automatically just started rolling her eyes, like, oh my gosh, you didn't tell me you were wearing your jean jacket.
I'm gonna take it off.
Mine?
I gotta know where's the hat at. You got to do the whole part. You got to put the hat on.
She had her beanie on.
Yeah, I had it on.
She looked like straight out of Compton over here.
Yeah. Then I seen you with your hat. I was
That's
like,
right.
took it off.
But yeah, and right here in front of me, Mr. Justin Fowler. How's it going?
Man, it's going good, dude.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for you.
Man, I appreciate it.
So,
we're excited as well.
We'll just start from the top. So what's the name going to be? And give us kind of a breakdown synopsis of it.
Yeah, so it's going to be called Dudes in Christ podcast. Me and three of my buddies, 2 of my buddies, counting me.
Isn't math fun?
Yeah, it's Common Core, bro. It's in.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, it's just going to be to encourage, educate, and ultimately conversate. Just 3 brothers in Christ kicking it off each other. It's going to be. I've had a YouTube channel for a while called Disciple Fit. It was like a fitness based, faith based. Kind of brought it all together. But I mean, honestly, when we talked about it, the video part of it, man, there's so much time you spend editing. Then also, in all honesty, it started becoming more fitness than faith.
Right.
I'm like, well, and I kind of got bored with it and kind of slacked on it. And my buddy that was doing it with me, he also got out of lifting. So that's where we done all the recording was at the gym. So I'm not really a lone ranger when it comes to, putting out content and stuff. So,
yeah.
But no, it's just a spin off that. The podcast thing, man, it's pretty simple. I got with you, and you just kind of lined it all out for me. I'm like, man, that's easy. And I didn't really even conversate with my buddies. I'm like, man, we're doing this.
Oh yeah,
Get ready. Get ready.
Just throw them right on in.
Yep. So yeah, it's just faith, fitness, Jesus. That's what it's all about.
But speaking of, you said your buddy kind of got out of lifting. We could see that you didn't get out of lifting. Good Lord have mercy. Every time I see you, I'm like, golly, I could have get in the gym or something. I feel.
No, it's all the Oreos, bro. You gotta stay consistent.
Yeah, I seen a picture. Yeah, happy birthday, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Oh, it's your birthday?
Yep.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
And I've seen it. I don't think it was, I think it was donuts. I think like a whole plate. I'm like, oh
Grandma's
my gosh,
fried donuts, man.
Oh.
That's really
that sounds so good.
homemade.
Man.
My sugar's going up just thinking.
Man, that wouldn't last 2 seconds at the house.
No, it wouldn't.
As soon as it came through the door, Zeke be running towards
Yeah,
it.
our kids would sniff it out.
I'm telling you, man.
For
But
sure.
yeah, so was it? I know we talked about it a couple episodes ago, just kind of talking about how how it's kind of hard to get something going, kind of that first leap. You know, once you get it going, everything kind of starts rolling. But how long did it take you to kind of roll this over? I know you've been thinking about it for a while, but you know, to kind of take that leap of faith.
Man, well, so the Disciple Fit thing, it started about 2 years ago. So I guess that's where it really birthed as far as getting content out that's fitness-based and faith-based together. So that was about 2 years ago. Then I went through a period where I just kind of left it alone. I would still, you know, make posts here and there, but not necessarily a full YouTube video. And then, man, it's probably been just a couple months. It's kind of odd how it happened. I was just kind of woke up in the middle of the night and like all these ideas about talking about, you know, just content and not necessarily just a certain thing, but like, man, I feel like I should really be doing something, you know, with this. And just not only is it to help others, but it's also to help myself. It helped me get in the Word. And so I sent a message to Ruckus. We got Josh, then we got the other Josh, which we call Ruckus. And I sent a message like 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, what do you think about this podcast? Just pray on it and let me know.
3 in the morning.
Man, I don't know, man. And it's, when I get something on my mind, it's like,
That is him.
Yeah.
I can't sleep, can't do nothing.
Yep.
So
I can feel it too.
Yep.
He'll get up and he'll just walk around the house. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
what's next?
It's another idea.
That's exactly right. She wakes up in the morning like, what was wrong last night? Like, what are you thinking about?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know you didn't sleep. So here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of God's way of nudging you, you know, like I'm going to just bug you until you finally step out and do it.
Absolutely.
So I think God's going to move in y'all's
for
podcast,
sure.
man.
Man, I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, it's just like anything. We're all dealt a set of talents, you know, and it's up to us if we're going to hide it, stay on it, or, you know, actually do something with it. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think back then, it took me dabbling in it a little bit, if you will, to kind of get me out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, I had my chance and it failed and I lost interest. So now it's got to be, he's got to be in it or I'm not going to be in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. Oh yeah.
I like how you mentioned the YouTube channel. You had a YouTube channel, and that's awesome too, because like now he's getting into that. And so that's more like, I think, more hands-on.
definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you know, it's kind of a record, and there's a little bit of editing in it, but
Yeah.
like the videos, dude, I mean, you're talking 3 hours per video, just editing and doing all that.
Yeah.
And it takes time. And that's what kind of slowed me down on it. Because, man, like I said, it'll be like a 5-minute video and you'll spend, for me, 3 days, you know, an hour at a time, just trying to put it together. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
then you go watch somebody else's video. I'm like, man, I should have done that. Man, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, just stay with it. I like what you're doing too, the kind of the vlogging part of it. Because for me, like fitness, it's a pretty direct, like if I'm going to YouTube and watch fitness, that's what I'm watching.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, and also another reason it was kind of hard to tie faith and fitness together. Cause it's like, well, are they coming to my channel to watch faith?
For one, yeah, that's
we're,
good.
We're vlogging, and it kind of ties in like podcasting. You know, you're getting in on a conversation or an activity. You know, you're not necessarily going, hey, let me see how to squat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
no, I like it, man. Just I watched your video today, so keep putting it out,
Thank
man.
you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the boys got on my head because I took a little bit of a break, so I've been trying to get them out some more South and East and back. It's so stupid.
I got you, bro.
Man, that's so fun. So y'all's first episode's the 15th, right?
Yes,
Coming
sir.
out. That's
That's
awesome, and
exciting.
on all platforms.
Yep, it's ready to go, man.
That
It's
is
ready to go.
awesome, man.
Recorded and
Man, I think I clicked on your link and went to your Buzzsprout and seen, you know, where it was scheduled and all that. And I'm just so excited for y'all, you know, and I love, cause I can't remember who it was, but I watched it and they were talking about how people they'll look at it as competition as opposed to like, hey, let's lift each other up and push each other to do great. And I love that. I mean, the way I look at it, I hope so. You know, we're kind of an inspiration, just like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, if this dum can do it, then I mean, anybody can. I mean, really, you know, it's just that stepping out and
Yeah.
faith and getting it done.
And
so.
it's like someone like me. I'm so quiet and he's so bold. And so when he
not
brought,
Michael.
yeah. And so when he brought me on it, I was just like, okay, maybe I can do this. Like, it took a couple episodes, but I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm actually, putting how I feel or what I think or my opinion out there. And so it's a good way to get whatever you want to get out there and open up.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like I'm not so shy anymore when I get on here.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Like I've got listeners that know us personally. That's what they say. Like, man, Jamie's really like talking and opening up, and I don't think you ever realize how many people you touch when you open up. People that know you, so. Which
I think that's for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that'd be encouraging to you. Like you said, you're not as open, with it. But I think as you do it, every episode is just gonna become from doing a podcast to just a conversation with microphones.
Yep.
I guess really what it feels like.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I kind of see already, it's just kind of opening it up. And I heard one pastor say, God doesn't, put something in you for you to be bold, it's in your being bold that, he builds you up and shows up. So, just like you're saying, I think that's awesome. Just, getting comfortable and not only getting comfortable, but calming down enough where you can actually open your heart out. Because sometimes we're so tensed up, we forget what we're going to say.
That is me, yeah. Because like he'll hand me a microphone during church, and I'm just like, I can feel the shakiness. I'm like,
It's like announcements, like written down announcements, and she's just like, Hi everybody, welcome. Like,
I'm not a center attention person. Right. Like, please don't look at me, okay? Can everyone just turn around, then I'll say them. But
yeah, so man, I'm the same way. Just forget basic words. Yeah. I'm like, golly, what is that word?
Yeah, me too. Me too. But so funny. I think it's awesome you're doing it with your Josh and Josh, which actually Josh Garris is my cousin.
Oh, awesome!
I didn't know you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to tell you that when we met up. She's like, yeah, that's my cousin. I was like, oh, I gotta tell Justin that.
Yeah. Awesome. Him and Cherie, his sister, we used to like stay the night at their house. Yeah. That's a no-no.
Yeah, it was Connor.
That's a podcast.
Yeah. So what we do now is anybody that calls, like we have the phone hooked up and it turned down, so anybody that calls, they're getting put on. Like, you're on now.
I do it every time. Yeah. Every time.
And she's like, am I on right now?
I'm like, okay, bye. Click.
She's like, do you have dinner made? I'm like, well, I'm on a podcast right now. I say, oh, hi. Oh my God.
I'm like, yo, what's some kids doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, bye. Love you.
Oh gosh. But yeah, man, I'm excited for y'all. And I
am too.
I think it's gonna open up, different avenues, not just making the podcast, but also, I know you preach, you do what, like 1 or 2 Wednesdays every single month, so
yep.
It's gonna open up kind of you're being able to speak with a microphone and being able to conversate or help you work on not rolling over your words. For me, I got so many words I want to say and I start tripping up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get them out. But I think it's really gonna move in different, and like you said, it'll not only bless somebody that's listening, but bless y'all. That's what we get the most out of, me and Jeremiah, is that, every episode we feel closer and we feel closer to God. And it seems like every episode there's something that comes out of it that we're struggling with, that I'm struggling with, and he speaks and it's like, oh man, I'm that's what I was struggling with, or vice versa. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool you're doing it with your butt. Which Ruckus lives, where's he? He lives in Kennett?
Yep, he lives in Kennett.
Oh, so that'll be the hardest thing, is kind of getting together. And
yeah, it's a good little drive. We kind of already talked about a schedule though, so we're going to try to hit the best we can. Cool.
And that's what I was going to ask. What days are y'all looking at?
Probably Sunday evening is when we'll actually record, but we're going to try to post every Monday morning. So that's kind of why we waited a little bit, because we've already recorded the first episode, but we wanted to get a week ahead.
Yeah.
If something comes up, we're still posting out there, still have something in the background going. So, but yeah, Sunday we have a men's meeting once a month, so that day we'll have to either. Man, we talked about getting
them all on it.
Man,
take turns.
Yeah. We talked about like getting up at 4 a.m. and doing it. Man, I don't know.
I don't know how people work out at 4 a.m.
Man, you ain't lying.
I used to, but man, I don't know what. I got old or something.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, but you do it after work now, don't you?
Yeah, after work, and I just cut it back. Man, I used to like go work out every day of the week and 2-3 hours at a time, and I'm like, now I'm 3 days a week and.
Yeah,
and I actually feel better and been progressing better now. Just going 3 days.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yep. So
getting older. Which you're 29 right now,
yep,
right?
Today.
Getting older, man. your body don't react the way it used to.
No.
It's like we'll play ball every now and then, and a twisted ankle turns into a 2.5 month
Oh yeah.
problem.
Married to ibuprofen for
Oh my goodness, man. Man, I think I'm dying. Like you just twisted your ankle, you're okay.
yeah, like man, I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
just
trying to play.
Yeah, or being sore. Oh my gosh, she hears all that. She's like, I don't want to hear you complain about being sore.
It's like, babe, I'm gonna get to the gym. I'm like, that's a bad idea. The other day, he was like, I'm gonna get up at 5. Okay, I'm gonna set my alarm and I run on this treadmill. And then 5 o'clock came around and I heard his alarm. I was like, yeah, he's not getting up.
I got up and walked.
During the day.
No,
like
it was
10.
that morning.
No, it was.
Yes, it
not.
was.
It was
I was
before
awake.
8.
It was.
It was
yeah.
like 10.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
It was.
You're like, I just got done running.
It was right after you left, which is like 7.
Okay. 8. First of all, I leave at 8. So it was like after 8.
Why?
I have a feeling like you're on Eastern Standard or something. She's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Always.
Yeah, we're not. Wait, yeah, we're not. Hold up. Why you gotta try to call me out?
We try to like keep each other accountable for the fitness thing, but I mean we are busy, so
Man, it's tough.
it
really
is.
is
It
tough.
really is. Especially when you have kids, ministry,
Yep.
jobs.
Yep. It's just like doing this. You gotta commit. You gotta say. I mean, there's been several times I'm getting ready for a powerlifting meet in 9 weeks, and there's several times like, I would want to go out with the family or do something, and it's like, man, I can't.
Yeah.
You hate to tell that, but it's like you don't understand. If I miss this one, it affects my next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And it turns almost into a job. But hey,
yeah.
sometimes that's what it takes. But
Yeah, just kind of making that sacrifice of,
Yep.
which that's what me and Jeremiah kind of had to have a sit down, just like, well, what days do we want to do? Because we're both in college
Yeah.
and we've got ministry and we both got kids, and it's like, let's try to find a time every week where we know exactly when we're going to record. So yeah, that's always kind of the best way. Which I mean, going into it, I watched hundreds of hours of stupid videos, and that's kind of one of the things they said. Make sure you set aside your time to do it every week. So. But man, I know one thing. When we got to meet up and go to Foxtrot, not a sponsor yet, but it's so good. Once they get to Dexter, they're gonna be a sponsor. I'm gonna go and hassle.
I seen the bank account where it said Foxtrot Coffee. I was like,
So good.
yeah, man, I've never had it before, and I didn't even know it was there. I actually passed it up.
Yep.
I was.
Oh yeah, because I was parked. Yeah, and he goes,
I was like, hey, there's Michael.
he texted me. He's like, "Yep, I passed it up."
But no, yeah, it was awesome, man. I didn't know Dexter had that, or
And it was
Bluff
cool to
had that.
it was cool to just sit down and talk and catch up. Even beyond the talking podcast stuff, it was cool to catch up and get to talk to you, because I know we live our busy lives. So
Yep.
I know we Almost Brothers, we recommend that's for sure, and we're gonna plug y'all every episode, kind of remind our listeners, hey, go, because we kind of got a head start, and we got a good ball rolling, so we want to lift y'all up and help y'all get out there and get it going,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah, man, we appreciate that, and
yeah.
likewise, just like Josh said, it ain't come out yet, but the iron sharpens iron.
That's
It's
right.
all it's pushing each other. It's not a competition. It's when it's God's work. It's
Yeah.
God's work. It's
That's
not
right.
not my work versus your work.
That's
it's,
good.
It's all about God. So that's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely. Even now, we're using your board, your microphones. It's like, man, that's so awesome. Because I was last night. I was like, man, I wonder if he'd want to do an episode with us. That way we can kind of get everybody ready for y'all's podcast. I was like, man, that'd be awesome. But yeah. Thank you for it. And the 15th,
Yep.
it'll be out in the morning.
Yep.
So I guess when everybody wakes up.
Yeah, I just put it like 1 a.m. so that way
Awesome.
Josh, he's getting up before Jesus and the 12 disciples.
Man, you ain't lying, man.
Yeah.
So it'll be ready.
Him and his energy, he's still knocking back energy drinks.
Man, I don't know how he ain't sponsored by Red Bull.
Right, I'm telling you,
He's
got
gotta have
a Red Bull
stock in it.
tattoo. That boy, man, that's how it used to be when we were in the praise and worship team together, and he always had an energy
Yep,
drink in his
yep.
hand.
That's
Like,
it,
Lord
man.
have mercy. But yeah, baby, you got anything else on your heart?
I don't think. I'm excited to listen to it.
Absolutely.
I seen the picture Josh put up of y'all. Had y'all's headsets on. I was like, oh yes.
Yep.
I listened to the little clip, like the preview.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
Yeah,
excited.
that was. I mean, I enjoy making stuff like that. Just some little snippets, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, I don't know. it can take some time, just like anything. But I think that's pretty cool. Just technology, it's there.
Yep.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And when you start hearing like
hard.
people that are getting blessed from it, you know, I had a buddy Hunter that I go to college with, and one day he texts me out of the blue. He's like, "Hey man," I didn't even know he listened. He's like, "Hey man, I've been listening to your podcast. I've been having a really rough time, and it's really lifted me up. You know, every time I get to hear it, it lifts me up." So like those type of messages, it's just like, oh, okay, I know it's reaching somebody. You know, of course we know when we step out, God's going to have us, but just hearing those stories is really cool.
No, that's awesome. I mean, I've even told you before, tagged you in a lot of you know stuff, and it wasn't because just to tag you. You know, I'm an avid listener, and I enjoy y'all's content, and it's, man, you just feel like you're right there with it, and you know, it's going through life struggles or whatever, and you can talk about it, and you can learn about it, and get other people's opinion or bounce off. You know, so it's awesome, man. It's
Absolutely.
a ministry.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what, you know, our pastor, which I know y'all's, you know, has your back and pushes you, you know, oh yeah, go ahead and do it. And that's what he said. He said, man, you're getting the word outside of the walls, man. So
That's what it's all about. That's what I told him in the first episode we got coming up is, you know, when we get in the four walls, we're encouraged, we're lifting, you know, which is kind of a building up time, but it's, you know, we have to get outside of the four walls once we get out there and actually make a difference in somebody's lives, because not everybody's going to come to church. You know, you might be the only Bible for somebody.
That's good.
You know,
so true.
It depends on your actions and how you carry yourself, if they're ever going to meet Jesus or not at times. So
That's good, man. Anything else in your heart?
bro, not really. Just, man, I thank you guys for letting us talk about it. And
Absolutely.
you know,
Plug it again. Last thing they hear.
They're Dudes in Christ podcast coming February 15th.
I expect all of y'all to go follow and listen. We love y'all. I don't know what I'm going to put. Hey, I like it.
I do too.
See y'all on the next one.
Deuces.